Hi everybody, I'm Beth Knight. I'm our head tutor for this cohort on the Sustainable Finance course. And we're really getting going this week with Module 1. I hope you've enjoyed the orientation module last week and it would have given you the opportunity to get to know your tutors a bit more, Louisa, Aaron, Simon and Katie. They bring a real wealth of experience to the course and it's been brilliant to see those initial introductions coming through. All of you bring such varied backgrounds and experiences to the course. We're really looking forward to going through this learning journey together, and the diversity on the programme is just amazing. It's a really interesting time to be exploring the role of finance right now, particularly as it pertains to the transition to a more sustainable, fair and inclusive economy. It really seems to be a huge moment in time for the finance sector, both in terms of acknowledging its role as a partner in the systemic change that our world requires, as we think about capital and we look at wealth in different ways, but also in terms of how it's looking inwards, in terms of the skills that are needed and required of those of us working or within or alongside the finance profession. And so in this module, what you're going to be focusing on is really getting an aerial view of the current finance system. So we're going to be explaining to you how it all fits together, looking to define the role that finance institutions and supporting organisations play in the financial system, and describing the relationship between financial institutions and those supporting organisations. We'll also look at what's failing within that system. So we're going to be identifying areas in the current financial system that are not quite fit for purpose and explain the impact that that has on business, society and the environment. Now this is where your small group discussions come in, and it's the first part of your graded assessment on the course. So please do pay attention to those small discussion forums this week and really bring to bear that experience and that richness that you're bringing into the course around what you perceive as the weaknesses in the finance system. And that's where the role of us as tutors come in helping you kind of tease out and facilitate learning and discussion through that understanding. Then we'll move into thinking about systems and trends. So when we look at systemic pressures and trends within the finance system itself, we all operate within a very volatile, uncertain world. Those of you who are dealing with the current heat wave in Europe and the UK will be living on the cusp of that climate change reality this week. And you may see that in the sweat on my brow as I'm giving my head tutor video this week. But really thinking about what that global economic system means, how it operates within that volatility and within that flux and change that we're seeing, how that's influenced by political dynamics, how that's influenced by ingrained kind of common systems and common beliefs that we all hold that are ingrained through society, and how we engage with the concepts of finance. And then as we think about that in our activity submission, which is your second graded activity this week. So we're looking at addressing those issues within the finance system. Now try not to overthink this, but what we're really looking for is for you to really describe that financial system failure that you believe is the most pressing to address. So the one that you think that if we can focus down on and make some fundamental differences and changes around, we have the ability to effect real and meaningful change. And that's Module 1. As you work through Module 1 this week, please also remember that a big part of the learning journey is the interaction that you have with the tutors and their expertise, and also with one another. So those discussion boards are really valuable. We try and keep them punchy and bite-sized, so your tutors will also tell you this, but try and keep your posts between 100 and 200 words, 200 max, and try where possible to like and encourage and engage discussion within and across others, and we'll learn together throughout the course. As you work through the content, if you're unsure of anything, if you get stuck, or if anything feels a bit overwhelming as you're starting to come to grapple with this big VUCA systemic financial system that we're talking about, ask questions. We're here to help and support you on that learning journey. If you feel blocked or unsure of anything, or if you have questions around the content, that's what the discussion boards are for. So get into those discussion boards. You also have your success manager, and you have the OLC support system underneath you, which you should have heard about on the induction session during orientation week. But again, if there's any questions, do feel free to ask. And with that, a final welcome to week 1, and I look forward to seeing you engage with the content as you work through. Thanks.